has an addiction to salty things like popcorn or chips or cheesies. Well, this month on the Emotion Code Diva show, we are dedicating the month to helping people that have addictions. Now, we're not talking about heavy addictions like drug users and really serious addictions like that. But we have been we'll be working on alcohol, we'll be working on chocolate. We already have some viewers who've stepped up for that, so that's just great. So I'm Dana J. Smithers. I'm one of the Emotion Code Divas, and we know that a lot of people have addictions, and this might just apply to you. So Helena is actually going to work on me today because I admit, now some of you may know, if you've been following our show, that I had an addiction to cheesies, and actually Helena did as well. Neither she nor I eat cheesies anymore. I could walk by cheesies, I'm good. However, on today's show, Helena's going to work on me about popcorn. Now, the interesting thing about popcorn, the only time that I feel compelled to have it is when I go to a movie theater. So I'm just going to read what it says, what an addiction is. So it says an addiction is a brain disorder characterized by compulsive engagement in rewarding ourselves despite adverse consequences. Now, I know popcorn with double hits of butter is probably not very good for me. At least I don't drink Diet Coke or Coke. I always have water with my popcorn now. I don't very often drink those beverages. But from Wikipedia, it says the two properties that characterize all addictive stimuli are that they are reinforcing, meaning that they increase the likelihood that a person will seek repeated exposure to them. And I do go to the theater probably 3 times a month because I love movies. But is it because of the popcorn? And also the second thing is that it's intrinsically rewarding. They are perceived as being inherently positive, desirable, and pleasurable. So Helena's going to actually do a live demo on me today. She's going to get rid of some of my trapped emotions. So Helena and I both are certified, trained by Dr. Bradley Nelson, Emotion Code Divas. I also do Reiki. I also do a lot of work. There's Dr. Bradley Nelson's book, soon to be replaced next month by his new one. I've got it on order. There's a copy, an intro by Tony Robbins. So I'm very interested to read about that. So I should have that early May. I think it's coming out, the hardcover. So I also love, as I said, working with animals, but also people with weight loss, work a lot with people on relationships and also their sexuality, because that comes up a lot in relationships. I seem to be attracting that lately. So that's a bit about me. I'm one of the Emotion Code Divas. I'm going to let Helena introduce herself, and then we're going to get going on her getting rid of my popcorn addiction. Hi, Helena.
Good morning, everyone. I am Helena Jenigan. I'm a certified emotion code practitioner as well as a certified clinical hypnotherapist. I love to help people, men and women, release excess weight, overcome fears and phobias, and also stop smoking. I'm the Stop Smoking Lady. And Dana, I'm so happy. In the last week, I've helped 11 people stop smoking. 11 people.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? And they're so happy. I got a text from a lady who said, I came in and I was pretty skeptical about stopping smoking with hypnosis in, less than 2 hours. And she's like, yeah, I don't want a cigarette. I don't need a cigarette. The thought might come into my mind, but I just let it drift away. So with all my hypnosis sessions, I'm always using some emotion code work as well. So today we're going to talk about the 7 keys, like we like to share with everyone. And Dana.
Yeah, so we'll just go through them quickly. So Helena's already asked for my permission to work on me. She's going to be my proxy because we're in different spaces. And Helena does have an office where she does sessions as well, but I do most of mine either on the internet. So whether it's Skype or Facebook or Blue Jeans or Zoom or whatever. And what she hasn't asked me is what the severity of it. So I'm going to say right now when I'm at home and I'm not in a movie theater, 0. When I go into movie theater, I hit a 10. So you can check that for me. And I know that Helena's going to go ahead and do some of her muscle testing for me. So she is going to be using this chart, and she's actually going to be doing it live today. So you'll find out whether it's column A or column B, whether it's an even or an odd row, and she'll circle in on the 5 emotions for that, and she's going to just pop them out for me, and she does that by using a magnet. So we're going to do that, and I notice, Helena, you've got lots of your water there. I've got my water here. I will be drinking. I've already had a lot this morning as well. So, Helena, why don't you just go ahead and since it's going to be live, you can ask me any questions you want when a particular emotions come up. So I'll just take a minute and say hello to some of our viewers. So you can just do what you need to do to become my proxy. So good morning, Kelly Mae Glover. Lovely to see you, and Helena is just getting prepared, and we do work that our viewers don't see. We get connected with source to make sure that what's coming through is not something that we're saying is how a person is feeling. It's the same what any type of healing you do, whether it's Reiki or not. So Helena, you can just go ahead and tell me what's being released.
Sure. So I've asked for, first of all, guidance. I love to get centered, cleared. Yes. I asked for guidance to be present, and I've checked to make sure that I'm hydrated. I've checked to make sure now I become you. I'm your proxy. I'm going to be asking your subconscious mind direct questions. I confirmed that your subconscious mind feel that popcorn in the theater is a 10. Yes, it is. So next I'm going to be asking, are there trapped emotions I can release today that allows me, Dana, to forego popcorn? You know, theaters and popcorn no longer are linked together. It says.
And the extra butter.
Well, if you don't have any popcorn, then there's no extra butter. So, yes, it says yes. So how many emotions are there? Are there more than 5? Are there 4, 3, 2, 1? There's one trapped emotion. What emotion could it be? Is it column A? No, it's in column B. Is it an odd row? No, it's an even row. It's an even row. Is it 2, 4, 6? It's in 6. Is it pride, shame, shock? Shock, unworthy, and worthless. Shock. May I release shock? Yes, I may release shock. So I'm going to swipe 3 times over the governing meridian, the main energy meridian in the physical body. There we go. Release that. Is there any more trapped? No. Is there any hidden? Yes, there's hidden. Is there hidden in column A? No, in B. B. Odd, even, 2, 4, 6. There's hidden, pride, shame, shock, unworthy, worthless. There's shock. Hidden shock. Can I release hidden shock? Yes. Releasing hidden shock, swiping over the governing meridian at least 3 times. Sometimes 4. Is there any more hidden? No. Is there any prenatal? Oh, hang on. Is there any prenatal? No. Is there any inherited? Yes, there's inherited emotions causing this issue. Column A, B, B, odd, even, 2, 4, 6, 6. Is it pride, shame, shock? Shock. It's inherited shock from my mother, from my father, May I release that? Yes, I may release that. Releasing inherited shock. Releasing the trapped negative emotion. That's a ball of energy. When I call it out, it comes out of my physical system into the energetic system. So I'm using the magnets to wipe over the governing meridian. That affects the entire body. And I do this at least 10 times. Sometimes I forget how many I'm doing. But what's really great is I've released it from myself, and I've released shock from my father too, through all time and space.
3 shocks, Helena.
Yeah. Yeah, and do we need to know more about it? No, we don't need to know more about it. Isn't that wonderful? So is there any more inherited? No. Is there any prenatal? No. Is there any trapped? Is there any hidden? Is there any psychic traumas? Yes, there's psychic traumas, meaning 2 emotions got trapped at the same time. It's causing my popcorn addiction, and I'm in the movie theater with a double shot of butter. A, odd, even, 2, 4, 6, 6. Is it humiliation, jealousy, longing, lust, and overwhelm? humiliation and overwhelm. Two emotions that got trapped at the same time. We call them a psychic trauma. I need to ask, can I release those? Yes, I can release those together. Humiliation, releasing humiliation, and overwhelm. And isn't it wonderful, Dana, that we don't need to know the story? We just need to know the symptom or the issue.
Yeah, and you know, I'm not even trying to think in my mind what's the story around that, because I trust the emotion code enough, and I've had enough success and amazing results with people that I've worked with, and I know you have as well, Helena, that yeah, I worked with somebody yesterday. I'm actually going to put the video up in the Emotion Code Divas as an entrepreneur being stuck in her business. And there were some things where there was a little bit of a story, but basically we don't need to know the story, because it's just your story, and what's in your subconscious are the emotions.
Yeah, so there's your subconscious, your mind. It's about 90% of that iceberg, or your mind, and your conscious critical mind is only 10%. So when your conscious critical mind when you're trying to use your conscious critical mind to solve your problems, not really most effective. It's the subconscious mind where your emotions are trapped, your memories are, your information, your imagination, your habits are, and so that's where we like to work. So Dana, I did release a psychic resonance of worthlessness. So
Okay.
next I'm going to be checking, so is there anything more to release? No. So before the session, my severity of the issue of having popcorn every time I go to the movie theater, which is about 3 times a month, because I love movies, and having that double shot of butter, it was a 10, and now it's a 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 0. That's it. It's done. So I'm just going to become now me again, energetically. I'm Helena. Great. I've released. Yeah, I want you just to imagine the next movie that you're going to go to. Yeah, actually even imagine sitting down in the theater and eating popcorn.
All right, well, we will be experimenting with that. We actually have a brand new, really high-end theater has been built in West Vancouver.
Oh,
Yeah, near where I live at Park Royal. So
oh,
it's got the VIP and all of that. So it will be interesting. And I was also thinking, I wonder what I like. Another thing I really do love to eat is celery and carrots. I don't know.
hey,
I love munching on those in the afternoon, but I think in a theater it would kind of be a bit too loud. So either I'll have nothing, or I thought,
how about cucumber slices?
yeah, that could work. I thought maybe grapes, or just something that might be quiet, or maybe I just have my water.
Yeah, actually, I was going to say, when I'm working with smokers and they're like, but I'm so used to
Yeah,
putting my hand to my mouth, my hand to the mouth. It's when we finish, they're like, I don't need to bring my hand to my mouth. I'm quite happy just leaving my hands where they are.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. All right. So yeah. So what's going to happen now? Now that Helena has done this session on me for the popcorn addiction, is, as she said, I don't need to go through any story. I don't need to try and think about when did I have those emotions. But I know that I probably will just go outside for a little bit, just take in some deep breaths. I like to do that, even though I'm not going to go out on my daily walk right now, as I have other work to do. But I'll just do whatever feels right for me for the processing. It doesn't have to be any particular thing that you do, but it's important that you allow yourself to let the energy. The woman I worked with yesterday, grief came up in the episode that we were doing, and she got very emotional with it, and then I released that and we carried on. And she just sent me an email this morning saying that she just, after we finished, I did distance Reiki on her, and she said she just cried and cried and cried and cried. And I said, that's a beautiful thing, because that's the only way one of the ways rather, that we release these emotions. Tears are good. It's water going out of our body, and it's just releasing itself. So, and she said she felt so much better. So that just made me feel really good. I don't think I'll cry about the popcorn, Helena.
So I think once you realize that this is for my weight loss clients that have popcorn as we're releasing, and I asked them, I said, you know what they feed cows to make them fat? Corn.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, nice image. Thanks, Alina. All
All
right.
suggestions.
All right. So that's our show for today. Yeah, so about addiction. So next week, so let's see who's watching. Do you want to just check?
Yeah, we've got some lovely people watching. Kelly Mae Glover right here on Vancouver Island. Hello, Kelly. And Sylvia Bellini from sunny London. Hello, Sylvia. And Kelly Mae Glover says, I love your work, ladies. Can't wait to hear your next experience at the movies.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted.
And Sylvia, I know that you've had some emotion code experiences, and like she says, be warned, this is all or nothing. All your cravings for a particular food you have sorted will be gone with the emotion code. They're just gone. There's no cutbacks.
Yeah, and Helene and I have noticed that with cravings, they seem to be fairly easy to remove. Sylvia's asking about almond croissants. Now, Sylvia knows it's about 2 years ago that Michael Lozier was doing some emotion code on me, and it was almond croissants. In the 2 years, I've maybe had two, and I didn't even eat the whole thing. And in terms of cheesies for this last year, I haven't had any. So I'm pretty confident that the popcorn's going, and you know, there is a little red dress that I need to get into for a wedding. I'm going to.
You want to?
I want to, and I thought, well, I'm going to pull it out, and the popcorn just seems so perfect because it's like, yeah, I sometimes don't even know why I'm eating it. You know, I put the bag down, and then I go through the show, and I bring it out again. So I'm really looking forward to that being gone. And so thank you for that, Helene. I will keep everybody informed on that. So, so
I just passed about a week ago. I had a friend who's doing her certification for the emotion code right now, and I'm mentoring her through that process. And I asked her, I said, you know, I think I've got a problem now with chocolate, little squares of chocolate from Costco. They sell them in these giant bags. They're so economical.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the serving size, this is how suggestive packaging is, right? It says serving sizes is 7 pieces of chocolate, is, you know, X amount of calories, X amount of whatever. I'm like, oh, so my serving size is 7 pieces. It could have been 2. But it's 7.
Suggestion. Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I noticed I was traveling to Vancouver back and forth, and I'm traveling with a bag full of, you know, maybe 27 pieces of chocolate just in case in my purse, just in case. And so I said to her, I said, you know, I really would like to let this go. And it was one emotion. I don't remember what it was, and it was done. And I haven't had a piece of chocolate in over a week, and there's a big bag of it yeah.
Easter's coming up too, right?
Oh, hey, Dana, I got long gone, got rid of cheap chocolate a long time ago.
That's only the good stuff, and that's going, yeah.
Yeah. So every time I go in the grocery store and I see that cheap chocolate come out, it's like, not for me.
Yeah, that's funny. That's the same with Terry. He will only eat Purdy's or Lindt, you know, it's store-bought, but he prefers better chocolate now, so that's fine. Helena, how can people get a hold of you for a session?
Excellent. So people can get a hold of me through my website, which is flourishhypnosis.com. I have a whole page on the emotion code. They can find me on Facebook with my Facebook, Flourish Hypnosis, as well as YouTube channels.
I'm just going to respond to Sylvia Helena has said, she asked if the taste of the croissants changed. I know she had a real crisp potato chip addiction. She said, I found that my fave crisp flavored cheese and onions taste like soap. So almond croissants, yeah, they're actually too sweet. You know, there's one French bakery that I used to go to, but it was like, whoa, that's just way too sweet. So yeah, I think it's all changed. So if you have cravings, you can find me at danasmithers.com / yes, emotion-code. So that's our show for today. For next week, we are working on, we have a viewer already stepping up for alcohol. We're going to release that addiction. And the following week, chocolate bars. And we have a viewer for that. So the following month, in May, we're going to be working on business blocks. So if you're an entrepreneur and you want some help, you're stuck or whatever, just let the divas know, and we will have a conversation with you. All right, then that's our show for now. So thanks so much for watching. Please do share. We love that. We're looking for, we're in the process of attracting more viewers. And yeah, looking forward to Dr. Brad's new book as well. That's it for now. Bye from the Divas.